Hello everyone, welcome back. Okay, so last week we talked about the beginning of Jesus' sermon on the mountaintop. And this week we're going to kind of finish up that story. But before we get started, I have some questions for you. One, do you guys like cleaning the bathroom? How about picking up sticks out of the yard? Or have any of you guys had to ever change a dirty diaper? Ooh, that can be kind of yucky sometimes, right? Or really hard. I know that I have a hard time doing all that yard work. It's just not something that I enjoy. But do you know why people sometimes do hard and difficult things? It's because they love somebody. I help with the yard work because I know that it makes my dad happy to see the lawn and the yard looking beautiful. I help change diapers because I know it makes the babies feel wonderful when they're nice and clean. I help my mom clean the bathroom because I know she feels great when she comes home and she doesn't have to clean anything. Now, all of those things I mentioned are not necessarily things I like doing, but I do them anyway because I want the other person to feel my love. Now, last week we kind of talked about how Jesus wanted us to love your neighbor as yourself. Well, this week he has an even harder task for us. He tells all of his followers, you need to love your enemy as you love yourself. Do you guys know what an enemy is? Now, I don't think I have any enemies, but when I think of enemies, I typically think of like cartoon villains. I think of the Green Goblin in Spider-Man, or I think of Bane in Batman. But an enemy is typically somebody that I think is so different from me that we can't possibly have anything in common and we can't possibly get along. It just is not going to work. But when Jesus says to love thy enemy as myself, he's telling me to stop hating somebody and to take a second and really look at them and figure out that they are a person too. They're not an enemy. God created them. They're part of God. Like I have a little piece of God. I have that Holy Spirit inside of me. They have that little piece of Holy Spirit inside of them too. And by hurting them, I'm not really making anything better. I'm just hurting somebody. And so Jesus' followers were like, okay, I guess I can be nice to other people that I don't get along with. And then one of his followers from the back goes, well, Jesus, what happens if they strike me? Strike means to hit. So he's saying, what happens if somebody hits me? Jesus goes, what you need to do is to turn the other cheek. Now the followers all kind of grumble and they're like, okay, I guess we can kind of do this. And then somebody else says, wait, but Jesus, what if somebody steals from me? What if they take my coat? What do I do then? Well, Jesus says, if somebody takes from you your coat, example, give them their shoes too. And all those followers are like, but I mean, they took my coat. Why would I give them something after they took something from me? And what Jesus is kind of pointing out is that a lot of times when people take things or they say hurtful things, it's normally because on the inside they are feeling hurt too. And so he's saying instead of reaching out and hurting somebody back because they hurt you, you need to take a moment and try to figure out why exactly are they doing these things? Why are they hurting? What is going on that makes them feel like they have to do this thing to be heard? Now, does that mean that if somebody's being bullied or saying hateful things that I don't say anything because I want to turn the other cheek? No. If somebody's being bullied or saying hurtful things, we always go to a safe adult and we get kind of a second opinion, because that's what the followers did to Jesus. When they didn't know what to do, they asked Jesus, what should I do? So if we are ever feeling like we don't know what to do, we should ask an adult. Or you can be a teacher. It can be your mom or dad. I know that I have some good family friends, my Aunt Lisa, my Aunt Melinda, that I know that if I ever don't know what to do, if I'm feeling hurt or upset by somebody's actions, I can go to them and they will help me figure out kind of the best choice, what I need to do to make sure that everybody is safe and happy and nobody is being upset or hurt anymore. Now, that's kind of a hard thing to do because I don't know about you, But me and my sister sometimes still don't always get along. And when we were little, we would have this kind of thing happen all the time, where maybe we'd be playing side by side and maybe I would get her with my elbow, kind of on accident. And then what she would do is maybe then she would kind of get me with her elbow a little bit. And then I would get upset, and then I'd maybe hit something, and then maybe she'd hit something, and then we were throwing arms, and then we were just going crazy, and we were just hurting each other back and forth. And that never ended happily. Nothing ever got fixed that way. And so what he's telling us is that if somebody is striking, you can't just go back first for revenge. You can't just hurt somebody because they hurt you. You always need to take a moment to figure out what exactly is going on. Another thing that's happened to me before is I've been sitting at like a lunch table, kind of sitting there doing my thing, and somebody walk up to me and say, "Camille, you will not believe it, but your friend said that you're a terrible singer." And then I'll go up and I'll go, "Oh, they think I'm a terrible singer?" And so maybe I'm feeling hurt on the inside. So I might say, "Well, I think they're a terrible singer." Well, what all happened there? Did anything get fixed? Did it make me feel better to hurt my friend by saying the same thing she said about me? No, it didn't make me feel better. In fact, that might have actually made my friend hurt too. So now, instead of just one person being hurt, we now have two people being hurt. Can you guess what I should have done instead? Maybe when that person said, "Camille, so-and-so said you're a terrible singer," what I should have said is, "Oh, that hurt my feelings." And then I should have gone over to my friend and said, "Hey, so that person over there, they told me that you said I'm a terrible singer. And that really hurt my feelings." And then that gives my friend a chance to then kind of respond. And I might say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not think about how that would hurt your feelings and how that would hurt you. I promise I won't say that again, and I truly apologize." Or they could say, "I never said that." And then we could kind of figure out what exactly went on there. Now, would I have ever learned that my friend really didn't think I was a good singer if I had just reached out in anger and said, "Well, I think she's a bad singer too"? No, I would have never figured that out. So I think that's kind of what Jesus is telling us, is sometimes instead of going off and just hurting back because we feel hurt, we need to take a moment to try to figure out where exactly that feeling might be coming from and to see if there's a better way to figure things out. Now, I know that we've got some take-home sheets. There's a puzzle for us to decode, as well as a game I kind of want us to play. So, for this game, this is what I need you to do. I need you to get like the biggest bag you can find, like a backpack or a big purse, and I want you to try to put all of those things that you hate inside your purse or your backpack or something like that. So, I'm still moving, so not all my things are here, so I kind of pretended. And what I said, I just gathered all the books I could find, and I said, "This book represents me hating to pick up sticks." And I said, "This book represents me hating to clean the bathtub." And I said, "This book represents me hating to do folding the laundry." And I put that in my bag, and I filled it up with all of my hate. And then what I tried to do is I carried my purse, I put it on my shoulder, and I tried to walk up and down the stairs 10 times. Well, the first time I walked up the stairs, it wasn't bad. The second time, I might know my shoulders kind of started to hurt a little bit. I started to feel a little uncomfortable. By the 10th time, I had to keep switching what shoulder my bag was on because it was really holding me down. And I was going so slow. But you know what happened when I put all of that hate aside and when I let it go? I was able to stand up straight, my shoulders stopped hurting, and I was able to get where I wanted to go so much faster than if I was holding on to all of that kind of ugly thing, that hate. So that's what I want everybody to try to remember to do this week, is to not think of, "Oh, I hate doing this," but to think of the reason why you might be doing that chore or that task. I want you to remember, I hate cleaning the bathtub, but I know that my mom loves coming home and seeing a nice, shiny, clean bathroom. So instead of thinking I hate doing something, I want you to think I like doing this because it shows my mom, my dad, my friend, that I love them and care for them. So that's my challenge for you this week. Well, I enjoyed getting to talk to you, and I will see you next Sunday. Please feel free to tag us on Facebook or post your pictures on what your Sunday school looks like at your house today, okay? Alrighty, well, goodbye, everyone. I'll see you later.